get going. Hello, hello, holla at ya. That's just my no doubt 90s throwback. Okay. I'm just gonna use the word holla at ya a lot because I love it. Okay, so good morning. Happy Monday. I'm going to get right into it because I want you guys have the most time to get out there and succeed. And so here's a couple of things that I was thinking about is you're going to notice in the Energy Best chat, and if you're in my mastermind chat, so that's Ruby's and Above. That's a perk you get when you hit Ruby. You get added to our Ruby and Above chat, which is super fun. And but if you're in my chats, you're going to notice that there's going to be a lot of things like excuses and overcoming excuses and how to really kind of push through all that stuff and reframe it and turn it into a different mindset situation. So there's going to be lots of that going on. So hopefully to help you stick on track. But I wanted to talk today about how do Alita, I'm inspired by last month's the people who are in momentum. If you were inspired by the teams that you saw in momentum, unmute and just say, holla at you, girl. It was me. I'm definitely inspired by what I saw.
Woo, baby. Holla.
Yes, what you said.
Holler at your girl. It was me. I'm definitely inspired.
Awesome in Jersey. Full show of me.
It's official. It's official. Okay. So if you were inspired, I want to talk to you guys for just a second. Okay. If you feel that fire already, you're like, I didn't come here to get on fire. I'm already on fire. I need you to fan the flames and tell me what to do next. I want to give very specific instruction. I had a great conversation this morning with one of my level ones. And can I tell you something? As a leader who's been doing this for 10 years, I love being able to say that, just so you know. This whole year, I'm going to say it every time we talk. I'm like, I've been doing this for 10 years. But as someone who's had 10 years of experience, okay, things I notice in somebody who I believe when they tell me they're going to do something, they do it. If they're like, I'm going senior gold this month, they do it. I'm going gold this month, they do it. What are those attributes? One, they're messaging their leader. Come on. They're messaging their upline, being like, this is what I'm doing. This is where I'm going. Here's my event. Here's my thing. Here's this. If your leader is messaging you, giving you ideas, I want you to take responsibility for your business and realize this is my business. It only goes as fast as I'm willing to go. So that's one thing I notice is that people who are go-getters are the people who are messaging their leaders first thing in the morning saying, hey, this is what I'm doing today. This is where I'm going. This is what I'm doing. What do you think? Am I on the right track? Whatever. The second thing is they're very clear on their goal. It's not just, I'll try in June. Okay. So it's like Nicole Bolas over there making her sourdough. She's not like, I'm going to try and make a loaf, right? She would not put all this work in if she was just going to give her a try. Now, if you're new and the first couple times that you're trying, it's new and you're willing to fail, that's perfectly fine. But if you've been doing this a minute, your goal is not to just do all this work and not succeed, right? So having a clear vision of where you want to go is so key. It is so important. So you have a couple of ingredients there, right? One is, are you fired up and are you self-motivated and taking responsibility for your own business to get it going? You're like, okay, this is it. I just need to make a decision. And then the second thing is the clarity, right? Is getting clear around what your goals are. So if you want to go gold or you want to go senior gold or you want to go ruby, right? You need to have some type of plan. Now, here's what I notice, okay? And this is coming with a major, major caveat, okay? After, again, I say 10 years of experience in this business, what people do is they'll take a whole dang week to make the plan, okay? I don't want you to take a week to make the plan and then get to week 2 and you're like, oh, dang it, I didn't make any events. Today, by 11 a.m., on the clock, whatever time zone you're in, by 11 a.m., you're like, these are my events. Send them to your upline. Shock your upline. Hey, I'm in this to win it. I ain't playing. I am not waiting on you to do it. Okay. Your upline should feel like a fool. Make your upline feel like a fool. Make them feel like they're slacking over there. Okay. Can I tell you that my go-getters make me feel like a slacker when Lisa's messaging me at 6 a.m. and Alicia's messaging me at 6 a.m. I got early risers on my team. They're like, hey, what are you doing? Let's go. Okay. Make your upline feel like a slacker. All right. That's okay. Do it. Be the Kobe Bryant of your team. He didn't care what anyone else was doing. He was focused on taking responsibility for his own team, for his own personal growth, for your own business. Okay. So making the decision to get clear around what you want and then make some type of plan of action and just do it. So here's a great plan of action. If you're just like, I don't really know, that's okay. That's all right. Here's your plan of action. Go sign up 3 people this week with a free reset. Number 1. And then with every single one of those people, I want you to offer an event for them. And I want you to duplicate with them. I want you to tell them, go get 3 people. Let's do a reset challenge. Here's an idea. Literally, I had someone do this last month. Alicia just decided that part of her going senior gold last month, fast start senior gold, might I add, was that she was just going to throw together a challenge and invite people to it. She ended up being able to get people to join that challenge. Now she's running it. So if I were in your shoes and I was building to gold or I was building to senior gold or ruby, I would definitely be saying, I want to sign up some people. I want to put them in a chat. I want to do the reset with them. And I want them to I'm going to encourage them to get 3 people to come with them. Okay. I personally feel like if you cannot get sold in your head around the fact that a reset is a game changer for most people, then I don't know what else to tell you. Okay. Like you're not asking for 60 days to see a result. You're asking for 3 days to see results. You are literally saying, come on and do this. Let's do this challenge. People love a challenge. They love to get into a group and do something together and do all those things. So offer that for them. Get creative. How does that look? You can absolutely plug into a bigger challenge. That's fine. But here's what I find is that there's no personal responsibility. You have no accountability to add anybody. So if I'm like, I'm running a huge reset challenge, you're like, well, that's great. There's 1,000 people in there, Alita. I don't have anyone in there. That's because there's no personal responsibility for you to get it going. If you're running your own and you realize, oh my, or your chat, like just a side chat, it doesn't even have to be this big challenge. You could just do the reset together. Is that you're going to really realize you're going to get to know your team. You're going to get to know the people. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, you need to share that. Right? So if Nicole's in my chat, Nicole loves when she's on Power 30 because I always pick on her. If Nicole's in my reset chat and I'm like, Nicole's sharing her results because Nicole, loves a good challenge. And she's like, oh my gosh, I've lost 3 pounds today. And I love the flavor of the active. Can someone tell me what I should say to that in a group chat? If Nicole comes in and tells me I've lost 3 pounds and I love the flavor of the active, what should I say? Anybody and everybody can unmute and tell me.
You should share that.
Come on. Come on. And that's exactly how I would say it. You should share that. That's a post.
I always voice message it too. I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, I love that so much. You should totally share that.
Bingo. Because that's literally what I did to Alicia. That's literally what I did, right? Oh my gosh, you should totally share that. So now Nicole may say, okay, well, I've heard you say that a couple times. I'm not sure yet. Let me see how day 2 goes. Okay. Nicole's on day 2. I'm like, Nicole, how's day 2? Man, I have a little bit of a headache. I'm feeling a little, crazy, but I'll tell you, I look forward to that shake in the morning. Nicole, you've lost 3 pounds. You love the active and you like the protein shake. You should post that. By day 3, she's realizing all the things that she's loving about the products. I can't do that in a big, huge challenge page if I just drop someone in and never talk to them again. Every single person, I would actually go on a limb and say every single person who tries Plexus tells somebody. Everybody's telling somebody. It's just, what are they saying? How are they saying it? And do they feel confident to share it, right? Because Candy's gonna be drinking her pink drink, and the other teachers and nurses and stuff are gonna be like, what are you drinking? Her husband's a football coach. They're gonna be like, Coach, what are you drinking? Right? People are going to ask, you're going to tell somebody. Maybe you only tell one of your kids, maybe you only tell one of your friends, but you're telling somebody. So when we can create that real safe zone of like, this is what you should share, You should totally tell people, I love the flavor of this. People overthink sharing. They think I have to share exactly what Plexus is, everything that it does. And it's like, no, you don't. That is our job to help navigate that for you. But you just have to open your mouth and tell people, oh my gosh, I really love the flavor of this. Okay, I've shared this with you guys many, many times. Literally, when someone was like, what is Plexus? For the first time, I hung the phone up and I was like, I totally lied. I was like, I had bad service. I couldn't, because I totally freaked out. I was like, I don't know how, I know what Plexus is, but I don't know how to communicate that, right? It's a big umbrella feeling thing, especially if it's Nicole and she's in my chat and all she's ever done of Plexus is 2 days of reset. How in the world is she going to answer somebody when they're like, what are you drinking? And she's like, oh, it's this reset thingy that I'm doing. So I want to equip her with things. So maybe in that chat, I'm sharing examples of what to say and how to say it, right, in the stories. This is the part that requires work that I think that a lot of people don't want to do. We think the work is all in affiliate marketing, which is signing them up, and it's not. In network marketing, the true work is I'm recruiting you, and then I'm helping you recruit. And I'm developing you into a team builder. Right? I want you to have your own franchise. So if Candy's on my team, she's my level 1, I'm like, Candy, I want you to be your own franchise. I want Sweetwater, Alabama, all of Plexus to be under her. So I'm going to encourage and I'm going to push her and I'm going to share with her and I'm going to develop her and I'm going to do all those things and set her up as a franchise to bring people in to purchase and to build. So where you set your intentions is going to matter. I had a great question this morning from one of my level 1s. She said, do I focus on recruiting still, or do I start focusing on really building the people that I recruited last month? So the answer is a little bit of both, but mainly we want to go through and help those people that you recruited last month get off to a really good start and start a challenge group and start your things and do all the things with them and get them going. And your posting and your messaging is still part of it, but your focus isn't solely on recruiting. So here's what I wanted to say for this part is if your business is in a season of feeling a little bit slow, I want you to, number one, take a big deep breath and realize it can literally change in no time flat. If you want it to, you can absolutely change it. I'm going to give you some tips that I would do. And I'm going to use the example. I'm at 172 points. I ended there last month. Okay. I'm at 172 points and I really want to go senior gold. I cannot budge past this point mark. What do I do? I'm going to say you need to increase your energy, number one. Okay. Increase your energy, which means believe that you can. Watch a Diamond documentary every day and remind yourself, I'm doing this for my family. I'm not doing this for my upline. I'm not doing it for my sideline. I'm doing this for my vision that I have for me and to make impact on the people who join me. So that's my focus. My focus is going to be, I want to get 3 people this week. That is what I would tell myself. I want to get 3 people signed up this week. The excitement's there. It's hot. There's a free reset, a $1 membership. Literally, if people come in with a package of Triplex and Reset, it's $124. That's insanity, right? It is so cheap. People are paying $500, $600, $700 for 3-day cleanses, juice fasts, all these things. Or they're taking 75 days and doing 75 days hard and like all this stuff. You're like, this is for 3 days plus you get a month supply of our amazing products. You 100% should be doing this, right? So I'm going to work my tail off to get 3 people this week. Okay. I'm going for senior gold. I'm going to work to get 3 people this week. Simultaneously, is that how you say that word? Simultaneously. I don't know. At the same time, I'm going into every single level 1 I have, and I'm telling them, here's a graphic I made. It is so cheesy. It is, I don't know, maybe it's a picture of you with your reset. Like maybe it's just, who cares? Words on a graphic that says, I'm doing a reset starting June 15th. I'm going to start a chat. I'm going to do this with you. I'm looking for anybody who wants to do this with me. So whether they want to reorder, okay, reorder a reset, which is also great news. Am I right? Right? I'm going to include them and I'm going to say, and invite your friends. Here's a post idea that you can do to share with them. Here's, a story idea you can do. I'm going to run this challenge and I'd love for you to join with me. So week 1, I'm putting in probably an hour to an hour and a half a day if I'm trying to go senior gold towards this. That means I'm looking to recruit, I'm messaging, I'm inviting to my challenge, I'm inviting to my things, and I'm also encouraging my team to do the same. If I could go back into my business and I was wise enough to know that I could not recruit myself to senior gold. Okay, that's not where my skill set lies. I knew I needed other people to do this with me. And I'm a people person. So I knew that if I was going to have to do this alone, I was going to feel very lonely very quickly. And loneliness for me makes me scared. Okay, so this is just my personality. I knew right away I needed a business builder friend to do this with me. So if I don't have that, that is another place I am hyper focusing. I really want to do this with you. I'm messaging you every day like a crazy person. I don't care if you don't like it. Eventually you're going to know. Eventually they're going to be like, fine, okay, I'll do it with you. Or they're going to be really mean to you. You're going to be like, okay, I guess this is it. But we don't put ourselves out there enough oftentimes, and we think that they're just going to kind of fall out of the sky. I literally packed my kids into the car because one of my friends didn't answer the phone after like a day and a half. And I was like, no, like, you've got to do this with me. I drove down there and that is what sold her on it. She was like, okay, like, you're serious about this. Like, you're not just messaging me one off and hoping for the best, right? You're really wanting me to do this. And so really focusing on how can I vision cast to get a business partner to do this with me. Now, I was doing that at silver. I guarantee you guys can do it now. I guarantee it. It's belief. It's like, I'm going to the top and I'm doing this. You got to do this with me. And it's strong enough belief that even if that person says no, you know that God has someone for you, right? It's strong enough belief to push through that. But here's a common error I'm seeing in this rank group, golds, senior golds, is that we're so self-focused on hitting that next rank that we're missing building people to do it with us. And that is absolute key to furthering success, okay? And so one of the ways that I did that, okay, and you guys can throw things in the chat, but one of the ways that I did that is through challenges in chats. It's through gathering people, okay? Become a community builder online. Gather people. So Lisa and I actually would gather people once a month, and we would do a sip and see in the morning, and we would do a training immediately following that. And we would joke, we were like, we're catering it, but we're like 2 stay-at-home moms, like with no money, and we were making muffins and like bringing in coffee and whatever and using our church for free and all the things. You do whatever you can, right? Megan Milakovic, I don't think had a real in-person anything until, dare I say, Diamond. I can't remember, but she did everything online. So you don't have to have an excuse of my team's not here, but gather your people, gather them. You don't know. Can I tell you that when I started Power 30, that Cheryl Muller and Lisa Youngs were the only ones showing up as a Sapphire team? But I would never know who was interested if I didn't have calls, right? I ran team calls from gold on. So did Megan. So if you're looking for things that are going to make you successful, listen to what I'm telling you, because that's not a very bossy, but I am trying to be bossy, because you need to know who's interested, because a lot of times people will just show up even just for community. But you want to know, like, what if Sally Joe, who you're like, oh, there's no way. What if all of a sudden she starts showing up and she's like, yeah, actually, you know what? I have a niece over in Alabama who would be amazing at this. You never, ever, ever know. And so I always look at it as how many conversations can I have with people? So gathering your people and talking to them and creating a team culture for your team is going to help you build builders. What I see happen is the goals and the senior goals are looking to the upline to create culture for them. And that is just not how it works. You need to create that culture for you and your people. So as you're bringing them in, they feel they have a place to be connected to, right? They have a place to go. Okay, when is Michael's team call? It's Mondays at noon. Hey, if you're on my team and you want to hop on Mondays at noon, I want to know who's showing up. I want to know who on my team is showing up. And that's when I made the separation is I wanted to know who from my organization, okay, and I was silver. So I'm like, okay, leading your 3 people. I don't care. I want to know who's showing up and who wants to do this with me. Because then I know I can reach out and be like, hey, let's do a challenge together. Hey, let's do this together. Let's do this. And it met a bunch of things. One, it made both of us braver, right? Lisa has said multiple times she would not have done this if I wasn't doing it. And I feel 1,000,000% the same way. I would not be here without Lisa because Lisa made me braver, right? She'd be like, get over there and talk to them. And I'm like, you know, I'm like the little kid, like hiding behind Lisa, like you talk for me. And finally, it was like we both just pushed each other out of the nest, out of our comfort zone. But you won't do that if you're by yourself, right? So getting somebody to do this with you is really, really important. So I'm focusing on the $1 membership and free reset with a combo. But my goal this month, okay, is to get my team exploding. When you think about having people join you, I want you to picture in your mind people joining people, joining people, joining people. Not, I'm going to sign up 3 people and I'm so pumped because I earned a Plexus hat or whatever. I don't even think there's an incentive this month. I want you focused on, I want to get those 3 people in. I want to get them set up with success, whether it's 3-way call, giving them the welcome email, making sure they love their products. And then I want to help them see the vision of where they're going. Because who wants to build to Ruby alone? Who wants to build to Diamond alone? Nobody, right? You don't want to be swinging triplex for 1,000,000 years, but this is part of what it takes to get there is this is exactly how I built my business, okay? From the beginning. If I signed you up, you heard about the business. The braver I got, the more I talked about the business. So if I was senior silver at the time and you joined my team, I probably would have told you twice. When I hit gold, I probably told you 3 times. Senior gold, I was probably telling you 4 times, and I went Ruby pretty fast. It's because I was telling everybody about the business in such a passionate way that was like, you should make money. Our belief transfers. Okay. So what happens is when we're in our own world and I'm gold and I'm trying to go senior gold and I'm trying to sign everybody up and I'm not really paying attention to anything else in my organization. I'm not building community. I'm not putting on events for my team. I'm not doing, it's like, then you get new people in and you're back to where you were before, right? Because you need to build community for your people. You can plug them into Power 30. You can do all kinds of things, but you need to build community for your people so that they catch the vision. So I'm trying to think of who it was it Alicia or Nicole or somebody. Literally, I told them about Power 30 and they hopped on and Lisa was talking and they were like, that was the most inspiring thing I've ever heard. And they're like, I'm in. I'm like, okay, didn't see that coming, right? Like, I didn't know if sending you over to Power 30 would just make you want to do it. But that's the thing, right? You want to plug people in. And so often we protect people. We think we're protecting them. Like, oh, I don't want to scare them off. There's no such thing as scaring someone off. But broke people see everything as a scam. Okay. And people who are actually wanting to move forward and make money, they will view everything as an opportunity. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for the opportunity of hopping on Power 30. Thank you. So listen for that language. If someone's like, oh my gosh, yes, thank you. And you're like, wow, okay, like I didn't know that. That's because they're looking for opportunity. right? If you're being met with a lot of resistance, it doesn't mean you stop with them, but it also just means they have a broke mentality. So give them something to look forward to. Okay, I know you're not going to hop on Power 30, but you got to watch this diamond talk of my friend Megan or my friend Cheryl, or, you know, here's Cheryl Muller in her 60s doing water aerobics as a diamond brand ambassador. Like, watch her diamond dog. Okay. Whatever that is. So giving people something to start believing in so that they feel like they can connect in. And then just for the last 3 minutes, I just want to open it up for any questions that you guys have for how can I make this my best month yet? Clarity on where you're going. Getting people to do this with you is a really big part of it, while at the same time recruiting your people. Setting a goal to sign up 3 people this week should not be too difficult with the free reset. It really shouldn't. And starting a challenge of some type. So I want to open it up for questions or anything like that. Okay. So everyone feels confident that you can go forward, get 3 people, create a challenge chat, and do the things and completely transform your business this month. You really, really can, but it comes from the energy you have, because if you start slacking mid-month, your team will do half of what you do. So focusing on what am I doing to gather my people? What am I doing to share the reset? Posting is not enough to building a business. Just like Pizza Hut, you wouldn't see Pizza Hut post once a day and expect their business to grow, right? They've got to be making the pizzas, managing the store, hiring people, firing people, and they need to be doing a lot more advertising than just once a day. So if I were you and I'm trying to recruit 3 people, if you follow me at all, you're going to see in my stories a ton about reset, right? The more I'm posting about it, it stays at the top of people's mind. So by June 10th, I may, you know, all of a sudden I'll have a huge day where I'll sign up 5 people, right? You'll see that all the time in this business. It's the people who are posting consistently. And I'm going to leave you with this thought. 95%, I heard this from Trisha Rieger and I was like, yes, this is so true. It's so accurate. 95% of my business 10 years in and as a diamond, 95% of it has felt stuck, has felt like I'm failing, has felt like when is this going to happen? This is taking forever. 95%. 5% of this business, I have literally felt like Superwoman. Like I literally have lives where I'm like, it's like the Super Bowl over here. We're going diamond. It's the best. This is crazy. So when you're building and you don't see fruit, I want you to ask yourself, I want you to be very truthful with yourself. Do you think that that is a fair assumption that diamonds or wherever you want to be, okay, however much money, whoever the person making as much, do you think it's a fair assumption to assume that they just worked and everything magically fell into place for them? That they never had customers cancel, that they never had people quit, that they didn't feel exhausted in the middle of the month and want to quit, that they didn't have people die, that they didn't have life circumstances? It's not a fair assumption. It's just not, it's not true. It's not true. So what makes the difference is I believe personally, it's a clear vision. Because I know many, many, many diamonds didn't have to go through hard tragedy to become desperate enough to want to do it. They just saw the vision and they're like, I'm tired of living like this. I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck, or I'm tired of feeling like I'm a slave to my job and I can't spend time with my family, right? It's just that decision of I'm going to do this and I'm going to be coachable to it. And I'm going to learn as much as I can. I'm going to become hungry for the success. And when I'm hungry, the 5% feels amazing, right? It's enough for me. It's enough for me to keep going. The 5% is enough for me to watch Alicia Fast Start Senior Gold. It's like, that's a mountaintop experience for me now. So now my numbers are increasing more to like 10%, because now I get the blessing of watching my level 1s and my level 2s, and Joey's my level 8. Okay. Like, it's a cool experience. But in the middle of it, sometimes I think we let ourselves take that 95% of the time and think we're doing something wrong or it's not working or whatever. And so we slow down almost to a stop and we don't really push through. So really asking yourself, am I willing to not see fruit for 95% of the time and then all of a sudden see an explosion of fruit? That's the kind of the cold hard facts of business, but isn't that the cold hard facts of life? Like, do you send your kids to college and you're gonna love every single day for 4 years of school. You're gonna love it. You're going to be living your best days every single day, no matter what. And then maybe your children get married and they have babies. You're like, you're gonna love every single day, no matter what. It's like, no, everything's hard. Toddler years are hard, baby years are hard, right? Like all of those things. And it's like we know that's coming. So it's the same concept. It's like we get this expectation that I have to my orchard that I planted, all my fruit trees are going to bloom fruit the first year I plant. Not necessarily, right? And so it's like it's really putting in the work. But here's what I do firmly believe is you still can go extremely fast in this business the more you're willing to work. Right? The more you're willing to work, the more you're willing to pour in and do, the more fruit you're going to see quicker. So let's go. Let's do this. I want you to shock your upline with how organized you are today. Okay? I'm talking to you, my level ones. I want you to shock your upline with, dang girl, here I am. I already did what you said. I'm so coachable. I'm doing the things. Shock your upline. Okay, Michael, you can send them to me. Shock your upline with how organized you are for the month of June and how willing you are to do things and you're not waiting on them to create anything. All right. Peace out, yos. Have a great day.